Hey, hello everyone. I want to remind you that today we are going to be continuing on our unit of reference materials in the library. Our I can statement says, I can use the atlas to learn more about the world, and our essential question says, how can map skills help you in daily life? So, I know when you come into the library before, something that you have noticed is our bookcase right by the door that has at the top that says reference materials. And just to review with you, this is where we'll find the encyclopedia, the dictionary, the thesaurus, and some interesting books like an almanac that you go to and you refer to. You refer to it for research and things like that. It's not a book that you're going to read cover to cover. You're just going to kind of refer to it, read maybe a small section of it. And the book that we're going to talk about today is the Atlas. And the Atlas is one of my very favorite books in the reference section because it is a book full of maps. And it's so cool because it not only has maps of our country, but every single country in the world, every single continent in the world. And as we get into our country of the United States of America, it also has maps of every single state. Now, as cool and as fun as this book is to look at, if you don't know how to read a map, though, it's just really just some pictures. We can't use it to get the information out of it to apply it to whatever we're working on. We're not able to use this book the way that it's originally intended. So what we're going to do today is we are going to learn a little bit about how to read a map and find our special place on the map. I want to start, though, with you. I want to look at this right here. This is a globe, and it is a model of our planet Earth. It looks different, though, than the maps that are in the Atlas and the maps that are on the wall. I'm going to call on one of you in just a second, and I want you to take some think time. And remember, in our class, when we do think time, this is our signal for think time, where you take a fist to remind you that we think with our brain and not our mouth. And I want you to put your hand over your mouth so you're not tempted to shout out the first thing that you think of. And I want you to think about, what is the difference between this globe and this map that's on the wall? I'll give you a few seconds of think time. I'm looking to see who has the signal up, so I know that you're for sure thinking. What is the difference between this globe and this map? Okay, Dr. Thornton, I noticed that you had your signal for think time. Can you tell me some differences you see between the globe and the map?
Yes, ma'am. I see that the map that's on the wall is flat and the globe that you're holding is round.
Very good. Now, I didn't ask you this, but I bet you could probably answer this correctly. Can you tell me what's the same about these two things?
The shapes are exactly the same.
Like they're both round?
No, I thought you meant like the continents, like how you have.
Yes. They show the same area. Very good. Thank you for sharing. Yes, the globe is a round map and the map is flat, but it shows the same information. But the difference is, with the globe, I can't see the whole area at the same time. So the map really helps us out because it takes this image and it lays it flat where we can see everything at the same time. So before we find our special place on the map and we look at more maps, I want to share with you this book, and I'm going to come up a little bit closer so that our student Carol, who's in the room, can see the book, and then you can see it as well. And this book is called Me on the Map, and this was written by Joan Sweeney. So I need everybody to put on their listening ears and their watching eyes, and let's find out about Me on the Map. This is me. This is me in my room. This is a map of my room, and this is me on the map of my room. This is my house. This is a map of my house, and this is my room on the map of my house. This is my street. This is a map of my street, and this is my house on the map of my street. This is my town. This is a map of my town, and this is my street on the map of my town. This is my state. This is a map of my state, and this is my town on the map of my state. This is my country, the United States of America. This is a map of my country, and this is my state on the map of my country. This is my world. It is called Earth, and it looks like a giant ball. If you could unroll the world and make it flat, it would look something like this map of the world. This is my country on the map of my world. So here's how I find my special place on the map. First, I look at the map of the world and I find my country. Then I look at the map of my country and I find my state. Then I look at the map of my state and I find my town. Then I look at the map of my town and I find my street. And on my street, I find my house. And in my house, I find my room. And in my room, I find me. Just think. In rooms and towns, on streets and countries all over the world, everyone has their own special place on the map. Just like me on the map. The end. So what we're going to do is we're going to find our special place on the map. And the reason that this is so important is because no matter where you are in life, like a lot of you may be thinking, you know, the atlas is outdated. I don't need a book full of maps. I can just pull up the map on my cell phone. Well, that's great. But even if you don't understand and you're not able to read maps, that's not going to be very helpful. Getting on Google Maps or another map app will only be so helpful if you know what you're looking for. Even if it tells you go right, go left, if you're not able to read a map, it's still going to be very confusing. So what we're going to do is we're going to find our special place on the map. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen so you can see some of our maps. And one of the tasks that you're going to have to do during our lesson today is to annotate. So I want to show you how you're going to do that and review with you how you're going to do that real quick. Up at the top of your screen, you should see a green bar right here that says you're viewing Miss Johnson's screen. Everybody give me a thumbs up just like this if you can see that. Right next to that, you have a little drop down arrow that says view options. And there's a word that says annotate, A-N-N-O-T-A-T-E. That means that you're going to write on the screen. So annotate means to write on the screen. And when you click that, you're going to see a little word that says draw. And from there, you'll be able to draw on your screen with either your finger or your mouse, depending on what your computer is like. So let's get started. The first map that you should see on your screen is a map of our world. As you can see, all the different countries are a different color. Our world is broken up into different continents. Where we live is in North America. Now, I'm not going to show you where that is yet because you're going to have to find that in just a second. But I want to point something out to you on this map. Down here at the bottom, we have a map key, or a map, sometimes it's called a map legend. This gives us more information about what we're seeing on the map. Now, some of these countries, like Russia, has its name written out very big, but some of these countries have numbers. I want you to take some think time. Let's remember our signal for think time. And I want you to think about, why do you think the person who created this map put numbers on this map? What is its benefit? How does it help us read and get information off of this map easier? Give you a few seconds of think time. Carol, can you share with us why you think the person who made this map maybe used numbers?
Well, if I look at the key, some of the words, which are the countries, are pretty big. So I'm thinking the numbers would be used because the country is small and the name wouldn't fit. So instead of a name, we use a number.
Very good. Could you imagine how hard it would be to read the information on this map if, like, down here where it says Luxembourg, they wrote out that big old word all scrunched up together where all of these tiny countries are. But now, because we have the number, I can come in here and see Luxembourg is number 3. I can find number 3 on the map in that teeny tiny little pink spot that you can hardly even see. We know the name of that country now. Thank you for sharing. Miss Tyson, if you can, I want to see if you remember the steps for the annotate. I want you to take a few seconds of think time, and I want you to see if you can find the name of our country that we live in, the United States of America, and circle our continent, North America. Can you do that for me?
Yes, ma'am. Hold on. Wait. Oh, there it is. Wait a minute. Come on. There it is.
It's okay. We all have technology difficulties sometimes.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, there it is. Did it start? Yeah, they circled it.
Very good. You found our country. Our continent is North America, which includes the United States of America, and it is this section right here. So you did a great job. I'm going to clear my annotation and see. I'm going to clear your annotation, and we're going to go to our next map. So, ooh, sorry about that. There we go. Okay, so this is a map of our country, the United States of America. And the United States of America is broken up into 50 states. Now, as you can see down here at the bottom, we have Alaska and Hawaii, which are not connected to the rest of the 50 states. If you notice on our map of North America, they are a little further away. Alaska is up here in the north, and Hawaii is over in the Pacific Ocean, but the rest of our 50 states are together. One thing that I really love about this map is not only are the states in different colors, it gives us the name of the state, it gives us the abbreviation of the state, and you might see that abbreviation when you're writing a letter. So if you received a letter in the mail or you're writing a letter in the mail, we usually just write out Gulfport, comma, Mississippi as in MS. We just do the abbreviation. It also shows us the capital of each state, and this is indicated by a star. So on the states where you see the star, the name of the city right next to that is the capital, and that is where the government is. Now, boys and girls, I want you to take some think time, and I want you to think about where is the state of Mississippi. Think about where you think we're located, what you know about where it is in the state. Take some time to look at the map. Miss Crosby, can you circle the state of Mississippi for us? Do you think you found it?
For the sideshow.
I think so, and let me see if I can do it from my phone.
I guess so.
It looks a little different on my phone than on the computer.
So when Susan had a thing cut off her scalp the other day, got 5 stitches. And she's always mad at me. She says, because I'm working up there. And I was like,
Miss Johnson, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it from my phone.
That's okay. We're just glad you're here. Dr. Thornton,
But I see it down there at the bottom.
Dr. Thornton, do you think you could circle for us where the state of Mississippi is?
Yes, ma'am. There we go.
Very good. And since you're there, can you tell me the capital of Mississippi? What do you see what that city is?
Yes, ma'am. It's Jackson.
Very good. Thank you so much. So I'm going to clear all of your annotations, and we're going to go on to the state of Mississippi. So far, we know our place on the map. We are in North America. We live in the country of the United States, and we live in the state of Mississippi. Mississippi is broken up into different counties, and a county is just a smaller part of the state that has its own government, and it holds a bunch of different cities. And if we look at this map of the state down at the bottom, we have another key. There are 3 dots on here. The red dot with a black circle is for the state capital. The red dot is for the county seat, and the white dots are for a city or a town. I want you to look, and Dr. Thornton told us that the capital of Mississippi is Jackson. Now, I want everybody to find that and just kind of see where it is. Remember, that's the red circle with the black dot. And the county that we live in is in Harrison County. And you notice that we're a little bit away from the capital of Mississippi, but still we need to know what that capital is. The county we live in is Harrison County. And I want you to think about where you know that we live. Or do you think we're in the top of the state? Do you think we're in the middle of the state by our capital, Jackson? Or are we toward the bottom in the southern part of the state? Carol, will you take some think time? And will you look, and if you think you know where our county is, can you circle that for me?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. I'm guessing that Carol probably looked and knows that we live on the Gulf of Mexico because we live by the beach, and she was able to see where the Harrison County is. Now, we know from our legend that the county seat is indicated by the red dot. Miss Tyson, can you look at the county of Harrison County and tell me what the county seat is of Harrison County? What's next to that red dot?
Long Beach.
You're close. It's the bigger word. It's Gulfport. Gulfport, the big word next to the red dot is the county seat, and that is where the government of the county is located. Now, next to that, there's a teeny tiny little white dot, and that's Long Beach. Long Beach is one of the city or counties in Harrison County. So that's okay. Thank you for answering that, Miss Tyson. And I can see how you could get that confused with the two dots next to each other. So let's review before we go in and fill in our complete special place on the map. We live on planet Earth, which is located in North America, in the country of the United States, in the state of Mississippi, in Harrison County, in the city of Gulfport. So together, let's fill out, and I'm going to clear that circle. Let's fill out this chart. My neighborhood is in the city of what, Miss Crosby?
In the city of Gulfport.
Very good. Okay, and I live in the state of what, Carol?
Mississippi.
M-I-S-S-I. Okay, and the capital of Mississippi is what, Miss Tyson?
Jackson.
Jackson. And I live in the country of what, Dr. Thornton?
The United States of America.
Okay. And I live on the continent of what, Miss Crosby?
Of North America.
North America. Okay, and then the last one, let's get everybody to unmute and do it at this answer at the same time. I live on the planet
Earth.
Earth.
Good job. Well, great job, boys and girls. Thank y'all for tuning in today to learn about our special place on the map. Next time you visit a library, I hope that you take a look at our atlas and maybe try to find your special place on the map. Find your street, your house, where you're located on one of these maps, or explore another country that you've never learned about before. Parents, thank you for joining us for our lesson. You are now going to be redirected for a survey that I hope that you will all fill out. Thank you so much.